Instead of making boring black beans and rice, I'm going to show you how I make black beans with Chipotle on this episode of Countdown Cooking with John Gruber.
May I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
go! Over medium-high heat, I'm using my non-stick pan. Now this recipe works best with non-stick, so I'm just letting you know that it could be non-stick, whether it be ceramic or blue diamond or whatever you want. Now I'm taking 2 tablespoons of oil. So I'm going to be using oil, not butter. Oil is cheaper than butter is, so I'm keeping it relatively budget friendly. I've got 2 cloves of garlic here that I'm going to then saute in the oil, and I'm going to be taking 2 tablespoons of chipotle peppers in an adobo sauce. This particular recipe only uses 2 tablespoons. Now this can is $2, but again, you're only using a little bit. And I'm going to save that for another recipe. And all I have to do then is cook this until it's fragrant. And just mash up this pepper. Again, the pepper will just tear up. You don't have to specially dice it. And about 1 minute, you'll have a nice fragrant sauce to place your beans in. To this mixture, I'm just going to be adding my beans. Now, I use just a can of beans, 15 ounces of canned black beans. They've been rinsed and drained. And give them a good stir with the sauce here, the mixture of the chipotle peppers in adobo sauce and garlic. And it smells amazing. I always cook everything. It seems that all my recipes are something that are aromatic, so they're never boring. They kind of tickle all the senses, not just the taste buds, but also, you know, your little nose hairs. And then I'm going to be adding a half a cup of chicken stock. And I'm going to simmer this until the chicken stock thickens a little. So I've simmered these for about 4 minutes or so, and the sauce is, you know, thickened up. There's no more liquid from the stock that I used, and now I'm just going to stir in a few other additives. Now it is delicious like this, and in fact I made it extremely spicy. We're going to be turning off the heat, and then we're going to be adding 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and I'm doing 2 tablespoons of cilantro. Now this definitely is optional. Cilantro is optional because not everybody likes it. So if you like it, add it. If you don't add it. I just think it adds some nice color to the entire plate of beans, and that lime juice is amazing too with the cilantro. And so now that I've stirred everything in, this is ready to go right on top of some rice. These black beans with chipotle peppers are going to be your new go-to for beans and rice. It is a wonderful recipe. Now, I know I had mentioned beans and rice because that is going to be one of the most perfect meals that you can make with this. However, you can use this on anything. You can get soft tortillas and put it in burritos. You can use it as a dip for chips. You can also put it over nachos. There's so much you can do with this recipe. Now, you don't necessarily also have to use just black beans. You can try other beans as well. So if you prefer pintos or chickpeas, this recipe works great for all beans, and it is just amazing because it's got a nice smoky aroma and of course a smoky taste from the chipotle peppers, and there is a little bit of heat. I do like some spice, but if you stick with the 2 tablespoons, you won't have too much heat, so you don't have to worry so much. But I like to go a little bit more. You should really smell these. It almost smells like I'm in a smokehouse barbecue joint. It's just amazing. and I can't wait to dive in. Now, if you are looking for the perfect rice recipe, I'm going to put a link down in the description of another video I made to make the perfect rice. I'm not going to do that in this video because of the universal form of this recipe, because this works with almost everything. You can use it as a side dish. It would be good in pasta. It would be good in soups. You can add it to some chili. Amazing, amazing recipe. Give this one a try and then think of all the other options that you're able to do with this. So thank you for joining me on Countdown Cooking with John Gruber. Now, if you want some more ideas for dinner, there's obviously my website, cookingwithjohngruber.com. And then, of course, I'm going to plug my little cookbook that I've made, which is the Cooking with John Gruber Fast Family Favorites, which are complete meals that you can complete in about 30 minutes from start to finish. This series kind of inspired me to do that little project over spring break, and I'm so excited to offer it to you. It's available on digital download. You should be able to find it at cookingwithjohngruber.com, and just look for No Time to Cook, and then you'll find that cookbook, or just look in the cookbook section of my website. So thank you again for joining me on this. Let's focus on something new. Tell me what you want my videos to tell you about.